Hello, YouTube. I'm Vince White. That's not my voice. Trying to spice things up. I'm an employment attorney. On this channel, we answer publicly posted questions from YouTube users, getting folks the answers they need from an employment attorney. Here we go. We have our question from YouTube user Yo-Yo Dine, who asked us, is it possible to hire an attorney just to defend a deposition? How would one go about that? It is absolutely possible to do that. Here's the problem. A lot of attorneys are going to be very afraid that if they pop in on a case just to defend the deposition, some judge is going to say, "Hey, you worked in this case. You can't go anymore. You represent this person now. I don't care that you're not being compensated for that. You worked in the case. You took money on the case, so now you work the case." Does that happen a lot? No. But it does happen. I've seen it happen. Not to me, because I don't do that. But I've seen it happen to attorneys who will work on a summary judgment motion opposition for a client. And the judge will be like, "Cool, I like your papers. You're doing the trial now." That's real bad. Because the trials, somewhere between 3 and 6 weeks of your life as an attorney. Like, the judge is just like, "Oh, I hope you aren't planning on living." No, you're doing trial. Now, is that an abuse of judicial power? Yeah, absolutely. What are you going to do about it? Not as much as you think. Depending where you are, not as much as you think. It happens, and the result of that irresponsible use of power by judges is that pro se litigants have a lot of trouble hiring attorneys for discrete amounts of work. So if you're looking at a motion to dismiss or getting a complaint drafted or looking to oppose a summary judgment motion or even make your own summary judgment motion as a plaintiff, for goodness, it's possible, right? You might look at it and be like, "Oh God, there's no way that I will ever be able to draft this document. This is a highly specialized form of writing with a deep and somewhat absurd conceit to its specific form of research, with layered concepts that everyone will pretend make perfect logical sense when they might be 20 degrees off logical sense. And you read them and you're like, well, that doesn't make sense. But everyone who came before you said they did, so now you must. Yeah, that's the practice of law. So you might look at that and be like, "I'm never going to be able to take care of this summary judgment opposition. I need to hire an attorney." And then that search for that attorney will be nightmarish, because every single attorney you speak to will be like, "Nah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Nope." Or if they're willing to do it, the amount that they would charge you will be quite high because of the risk presented by them working on your case, right? Also, listen, don't take it the wrong way, but working on a pro se litigant's case is kind of like farming malpractice. It's not that the attorney would necessarily be committing malpractice, but every time you come across something the pro se litigant did that amounts to them harming their case, because it's not their job to litigate cases, you kind of have to tell them. And if you don't, you might be liable. And if you do tell them, you know what a lot of pro se litigants say? Nothing nice. Nothing nice. They get mad because they think you're wrong, or because they feel criticized, or because they're doing their best. And pro se litigation is a nightmare, and doing your best through a nightmare can fill you with a lot of big emotions, right? So that's the second reason why it is super hard to find attorneys to do piecework on pro se litigations. All of that said, at least in New York, it is possible, and I believe it's possible in most jurisdictions, although I'm not allowed to tell you for a fact if it is in any given jurisdiction in the U.S. besides New York. Maybe, yeah, besides New York. So, to answer your question, Yo-Yo Dine, yeah, it's probably possible where you are. Might be difficult, but possible and difficult are just two ways of saying Yeah, probably. Good luck to you. Take care. Oh, like, subscribe, comment down below. Helps me to help more people just like you.